Hi people, day 5 of my sobriety after a weekend. Sorry. A weekend that I have to say went quite well. I mean, I didn't really have a problem this weekend. I was expecting it to be painful. I mean, it wasn't plain sailing. I mean, I did have the usual 6 till 8, but it was usually 6 till 8 o'clock when I've just stopped drinking, goes on a level like this high, just until it drops off. This time I'd have to say it was only like this, then eased off. The worst thing was it seemed to be triggered off by my thoughts. It could just happen like that. I had a look on Google about it. A thought, a bad thought or a good thought or a happy thought or something can automatically quickly trigger off something in your brain, which doesn't last as long at all as it. If it only can last 30 seconds or a couple of minutes, but it goes right up with the wanting the drink, right up fucking, and then where you just think, you almost think, fuck it, let's go. You could be like, fuck it, let's go to the shop. Just like that. That's how quick that my problem, lack of control that I had over it. In general, I mean, I have no intention of going to the shop ever again for the beer. But it still doesn't stop at the moment. The initial thought where it goes, and once it just triggers off like an overriding all sense of everything, just get a beer, but luckily it disappears. And even if it doesn't, I'm not going to get one. So as you notice, I'm very unkempt, very unshaven. I had a bath yesterday, but I found it a bit too uncomfortable. Because at the moment, I don't know if anybody else. If we had a shower, it'd be perfect. But we've got a big bath, and there used to be an old lady who used to live here, so it's one of them big disabled sort of baths. It's massive, and I didn't really feel like while I was still aching or whatever. I know a bath can be relaxing, but I wasn't able to settle in the bath. You get all fidgety. I've noticed you get quite fidgety and anxious, and that needs dying down, and it will do. Normally, I'm very, very snappy with my partner, especially. Not violent ever, but just like I wasn't. It was all fine. It was all fine this weekend, which is great. Obviously, I know I need to have a shave. I've been keeping on top of the flat. I'll show you around one day. It's been relatively clean. I've managed to keep the living room clean, the kitchen clean. I need to start keeping myself clean. I'm well aware of the problem with my teeth, among other things. My red face. It's only been 5 days, but I'm well aware I need to go to the dentist with that. Have some kind of sort of treatment for my face to get a bit pale, like I have it like my hands, because you can see the contrast of redness. That's the drinking, of course. Obviously, I need to later today sort out my hair, start getting into my clothes, facing reality again, facing the world, and I want to now. I'm ready to embrace that sort of thing. So I really feeling. I'm genuinely after day 5, which is early days. I know it's early days. But genuinely after day 5, I'm feeling the sun's out, and I'm feeling little glimmers of happiness, which alcohol totally wants to deprive you of. That's the deal. Alcohol's a selfish bitch. It's either that or nothing at all. So now I've dumped that, then I'm starting to appreciate a few things. I know it's sounds almost like a rebirth. I don't know. Well, maybe it is. Because if I was comatose for 23 years in my life, and I'm finally starting to see life for the first time as an adult with a clear head, because when I started drinking, I was 16. So maybe in a way it is a rebirth. Like I said, the pain wasn't too much, wasn't as much as I expected. Who knows in the future if it's going to be more? Probably. I'll have to learn to deal with that. I know I need to study, I know I need to get my head around going to work. There was a problem with my job seekers allowance, and I know I shouldn't be on job seekers allowance, but I've got a disease. I'm an alcoholic, so I'm going to get over that, and then I'm going to quit I'm going to quit the alcohol, stop the job seekers allowance, and be an upstanding citizen in Spain. But soon I'm going to get a job here anyway. But you know, there was a problem with the money. The money didn't come through, and instead of panicking like I usually do, and I think, oh fuck it, I'm going to have a drink, take my mind off anything. It doesn't just have to be money. It can be anything. You know, anything that's really an excuse to have a drink, sort of justifies it to myself. Instead of doing that, I didn't have a drink. I addressed the problem, and it was sorted this morning. I waited, even though the phone lines weren't, and in the end it came through today because they made a mess up. Fine, by now I would have been drunk. I mean, hungover, or at least disappointed because I would have been drunk on Saturday when I found out the money wasn't in. So I'm learning to address the issues now. I'm learning to deal with things, getting the problem solved, because the problem doesn't go away. It only changes to the problem's still there and you're drunk. Or hungover. Or, Christ knows, what other thousands of problems the alcohol brings with you. So anyway, that's day 5. Weekend went fine. Started cleaning the flat. Getting up a lot earlier. Starting to eat a lot healthier. I'm going to start my diet this week slowly. I'm not going full on because I still need that little vice while the initial pain's here. Maybe next week I'll start it full on, but I'm starting going on the fresh fruit. I've been for a couple of days, and vegetables and things like that, and not just cramming crap down my mouth that makes me feel rubbish anyway. Getting my head around the fact that I need to get some employment, keep myself cleaned up, more respectable, more presentable. So that's what I'm going to start doing now. Keeping the rest of the flat clean, organising my life with my studying and what I have to do for Spain. So things are looking good. So thanks very much, and maybe I'll give another one tomorrow, or if not, certainly in a couple of days, and let you know how it's going. Hope anybody who might be following this is still doing all right. Any questions, let me know. And thank you very much.